Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Bliss's Cakes. Keep watching to learn how I made this very beautiful and neat Nigerian police cake. Okay, let me show you exactly how it was made. Alright, so I've gone ahead to color my fondant. I have a very nice recipe for fondant on my channel. Do well to look that up. Okay, if you want to learn exactly how I made this fondant, I have a recipe for that, and also I have a recipe of I have a very detailed video on how to cover a square cake with fondant. Okay, although I showed it in this video, but a part of it got cut off. All right, and then on this particular one, as you can see the cake from afar, I've already put the fondant on top of the cake and flipped it over. Okay, I hope you've seen the other video and this one will not be a problem. Okay, the part of the video where I covered the top of the cake somehow didn't make it to this video, so please bear with me, but you understand because I'm going to flip it back again. All right, so here I'm just measuring the fondant that I'm going to use to cover the sides of the cake. Don't worry, I'll show you how I did that. So here I'm measuring the sides to make sure my fondant will cover it enough. So I'm going to do this again. I need 4 of it. I've done 2, so I've done the other 2 now, and here I'm just spraying water on the sides of the cake. Okay, and I'm going to begin to place the fondant on the side of the cake. So the water helps to stick the fondant to the cake. And then I'm applying water to the side of the fondant where this one I'm about to add now will meet the first one I attached. Okay, and then I'm using my hand to press the sides together. If you want to learn how to trim a square cake and also crumb coat it, it's in the other video. Okay, there was no point repeating it here since I've shown it before, so do well to check that video. It's a traditional marriage cake video. There I started from the scratch to trim the cake and then add the crumb coat. Okay, so I'm rushing through this one because I've showed all these parts before. So to attach this last one now, I'm going to apply water on both sides of the fondant. So I'm applying water now, just water. So here I'm just trying to take off the excess below, at the same time trying to get my sharp edges. Okay, so I'm pushing down hard with this smoother. I'm pushing down hard and then cutting off with a knife, cutting off all the excess with a knife. So I do that first before I begin to work on the sides. So I press hard together in order to take off the excess on the sides. So using these 2 smoothness, I press hard, okay, and if you press hard enough it will just fall off on its own. But then I'm going to press a little harder now and then I'll use my knife to get a very sharp edge. I think this is the only place where I showed this cutting very clearly. In other ones my hand didn't let it show properly. So if you didn't understand it, please just rewind and watch that part again. I'm going to rush through the rest of this process. So you press hard together to cut off the excess, and then you press a bit more and then go up with the knife to have a clean cut. I'm still trying to cut off the excesses from the down part. So again, press hard together, press hard, get rid of the excess, press one more time, and then cut off with a knife. So now I'm done with the sides and I'm taking off the excesses from the top part of the cake. So here I noticed a bent part, so I'm using fondant to fill it up a little. So now I'm going to try to flip it back. Remember I said I flipped it at first, so I'm going to try to just turn it upside down onto the blackboard. And that's what I've done here. So now I take off the board on top. All I did was put the blackboard on top and then just turn it around. Sorry that part didn't show. So with this smoother, I'm trying to get my sides straight. You just run the smoother around the cake. So I want to clean the cake using edible spirits. You can use a napkin, you can use wipes, you can use cotton wool or a foam. You just dip it into the edible spirit and then wipe your cake till you might need to do it 2 to 3 times. Okay, so let me mention that working with colored cakes is better you use icing sugar to sprinkle instead of corn flour because it's easier to wipe clean. Okay, to sprinkle on the table I use corn flour here, but it's better to use icing sugar when you're working on a colored cake because it's easier to wipe off. So here I'm trying to cover the board. I'm covering the board here. Okay, here I'm trying to make the collar for the shirt. So just watch what I'm doing. you're making this during the rainy season, you might need to add more CMC to make your fondant firm before using it for the color of the cake. So here I'm making the place for the buttons. So I'm using this tool to add stitch marks to the fondant. Okay, so what I use for gumming all this printed stuff is CMC and water. That's edible glue. So just a little bit of water, then add very tiny CMC to it. It makes it gummy. That's edible glue, and that's what I use to gum all these things I'm gumming on the cake. Okay. Okay, I believe the video does not need much voiceover. Just watch and learn. But let me explain something back. You saw the way the cake just got a lot brighter now. I honestly did not do anything to this cake. The weather got kind of really cold at night, and then I woke up to find, how do I explain this now? It became damp. The cake wasn't so like very dry through the night. The weather just became cold, and then it helped bring out the color of the cake. But then there are other ways to achieve this brightness. Number one, you can steam your cake. You can use a steamer to steam your cake. You can clean it with edible spirit again, like more times, and then you can also use a foam, dip it into shortening, and then use it to shine your cake. A lot of people do that. I've done it before, and it works. It helps your cake be it brings out the color of your cake. So shortening, right? Shortening that we use for fondant. You can melt it a little, use a foam, dip it into it, and use it to shine your cake. Okay, some people use vegetable oil, but I haven't used that one before. But shortening works just fine. But you see this particular one, I honestly didn't touch it. I just left it on the table, and by the next morning it became this the color became very bright and very sharp. Okay, that's what a damp weather can do. All right, so I hope you understand. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section. If you have any question concerning anything on this cake, okay, I believe it did not need much of my voice, just these few places that I had to explain. All right, all the papers on it were printed. The not all anyway, the logos on the board, the write up, I printed them, and then I used edible glue to gum them to the cake. I showed you how I did the other painting on top of the, what's it called, on top of the pocket. I just used
Okay, thank
my
you.
color pencils and markers to
Okay.
to just color it according to the picture that was sent to me, or according to the um person's badge. Like I saw his picture and saw the colors on his shirt, so that was what I used to color the cake. Okay, and then I'm adding the Zenith logo there because they are the ones presenting the cake to the commissioner. Okay, this cake was for a commissioner. All right, so this is our beautiful cake.
Okay,
Please
thank
give
you.
this video a thumbs up. Just give me a like on this video. Let me know you learned a thing or two, or you enjoyed watching it. Okay, and if you have any further questions, let me know in the comment section. All right, and please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do well to subscribe, and I'll be sending in or posting more amazing videos.